Well, why do you use Kerbal School is right to honor George W. Bush? Why Kerbal is right to have George W. Bush in a debate or a discussion? George W. Bush is the
president.
Previous president. So, ready? Hello, class. I'm here today to discuss an article that is titled "Why do you use Kerbal School is right to honor George W. Bush?" First of all, I would like to tell you about the article. It's written actually by William Sandfeld, and I took it from the Denver Post, and it was posted August 24th, 2013. So, now I would like to introduce the main idea and the introduction. So when I was reading the introduction, actually, I just recognized that the author would discuss the event that happened at Kerbal School some days ago, and it seemed to be for this idea. The event is having George W. Bush in a debate or in a discussion. Now I would like to move on and tell you a short summary about the article. So the author actually writes about 3 main points in the article. The first one is he talks about the history of the Kerbal School. It's a school at DU, and it was founded in 1964. That means almost 50 years ago. And in that time, actually, was named the School of International Studies. In 2008, they renamed it to the Kerbal School of International Studies. The second point is the author talks about the dean or the president of the school. His name is Christopher Hill, and he was appointed as a dean or as a president for the school in 2010. Also, the author talks about the history of the dean or the president of the school. He had worked for the government, for the American government for many years, and he actually served different administration. He served Barack Obama administration and George W. Bush administration and other presidents or other administration. The last point in the summary is the author talks also about the event. I told you about the event that happened at the Kerbal School some days ago, and it happens every year. The school tries to invite different people, students, professors, commoners, famous people, and have a discussion or have a discussion about some different issues. So last August, I think August, they invited George W. Bush, and they have had a debate with him or a discussion. Now I'd like to tell you why this article is controversial. Actually, it's controversial because the author discusses a question, which is should schools invited different people, or should the school have different ideas to be good or not? Or what the schools need is just have one idea and act according this idea. So the author actually discuss this question, and he actually seems to be for this idea, to invite people or different people, different ideas, and have a discussion about them. And why it's interesting, or what's something that interested me in this article is that the article shows, or the author shows, or gives some information about the school. Like the school is one of the is one of the greatest schools of international studies, and that actually they have made that, although the age of the school is not so long, it's short. So last thing I would like to talk about is my reaction or my response to this article. I really enjoyed reading this article for one important reason. Actually, it's the school that made me come to United States. It's the school I would like to get an acceptance from to study political or international studies, international relations. And that's all. Thank you so much. Any question? Turbo? Turbo, it's a name.
Just a name.
It's a name, yeah. It's like, why do you Israel to honor George W. Bush?
So you mentioned the school stage is not too long, it's short. What do you think? How can you let people interested in this school and believe this school is good for us?
Could you repeat the question, please? It's okay. I understand you, but I want to make sure to understand your question.
You said the school stage is short.
Yeah, right.
But people don't actually believe the age is short school. So how can you make people to believe in that school?
Well, I didn't say people don't believe it's a good school, although its age is short. I mean, the school could be on the top as a great school, although its age is short. It's not so long.
But my mean is if the school's age is not very long, so the school's experience must be too much. So what do you think the parents why the parents should let the children to go to the school?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. This means this school has a very short history.
Right.
Yeah, just like so how can the parents believe this school has enough work experience on teaching students knowledge?
Well, we don't need to make the parents believe in the school as a great school. We don't believe that. I mean, it's considered, I mean, for some organizations, for some professors, for some people, it's a good school. So we don't need. I think we don't need to. I don't need to convince you to believe that the school is great. I don't need to do that. I mean, some organizations, some universities.
So you may use the media power to let people believe.
What's that?
So use some media power. That's some organization to tell you this is a good school.
Right. Yeah.
And the people will
Yeah,
believe it.
like Shanghai, right? Like some organization is specialized in that thing.
So do you understand?
Will you study international relationship study in your master major?
Yes.
Yeah,
That
why do you interested in this major?
Well, I don't know. I've been asked this question for many times, but I have no answer. I'm just driven to this major.
So you choose this subject.
Any question?
So, if there were two schools in front of you, one is new, but the other one is it has a long history and it has a lot of experienced teachers. Which one would you choose?
I told you. I told you. I came from Saudi Arabia to get an acceptance from this school. So it's
So
sometimes you cannot
So you don't
explain
care.
why you like something.
you don't care about their
I don't care.
experience.
It's great if if I get an acceptance from this school. Although I've been rejected from them.
So you
Yeah.
so you focus more on the reputation.
No, I didn't. You know, I hadn't known about its history before I came here. Yeah. Thank
Good
you.
job.